The Haunted Mask, Chapter 17. Carly Beth found Steve and Chuck a few minutes later. They were across the street from her, standing in the light of someone's driveway, examining the contents of their trick-or-treat bags. Carly Beth ducked behind a truck of a hunk of a tree near the sidewalk. Her heart began to pound as she spied on them. Neither boy had bothered to put a real costume on. Chuck had a red bandana tied around his head and a black mask over his eyes. Steve had blackened his cheeks and forehead with black smudges and wore an old tennis hat and then a torn raincoat. Is he supposed to be a bum? Carly Beth wondered. She watched them swift their bags around. They had been out for quite a while. She saw their bags were apparently pretty full. Suddenly, Steve glanced in her direction. Carly Beth jerked her head behind the tree trunk. No, had he seen her? No. Oh, don't blow it now, she told herself. You've waited so long for this moment. You waited long to pay them back for all the scares. Carly Beth watched the two boys make their way up to the front porch of the next house. Nearly tripping over the broomstick, she darted away from the tree she had ran across from the street and ducked low behind a hedge. When they came back down the driveway, I'll pounce on them and scare them to death. She thought. The low hedge, she smelled like piney and sweet. It was still wet from the morning's rain. The wind made the leaves tremble. What was as the strange whistling sound. It took Carly Beth to realize as it was her own breath. She suddenly began to doubt. This isn't going to work, she thought, crouching low behind the trembling hedge. I'm a complete jerk. Chuck and Steve aren't going to be scared by a stupid mask. I'm going to jump out at them, and they're going to laugh at me, and as they always do. But they're going to laugh and say, "Oh, hey, Carly Beth, looking good," or something like that. And they'll tell everyone at school how I thought I was so scary and how they recognize me immediately and what a total jerk I am, and everyone will have a good laugh at my expense. Why did I think this would work? What made me think it was a hot idea? Crouching behind the hedge, Carly Beth could feel her anger grow. Anger at herself, angry at the two boys. Her face felt burning and hot inside the ugly mask. Her heart thumping loudly. Her rapid breath whistling against the flat nose. If Chuck and Steve were approaching, she could hear their sneakers crunch over the gravel driveway. Carly Beth her leg muscles and prepared defense. Okay, she thought, taking a deep breath. Here you go. The end.